Hello everyone, Weather Jamaica here. Welcome to this updated video on the weather across Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean. It is Wednesday evening, August 21, 2024. Now before we jump into it, please ensure that you guys like the video. I'd really appreciate it if you guys get this video up to 100 likes. If you don't know by now, that's how the YouTube algorithm works. We all like the video and then the YouTube algorithm pushes the video out to more persons who are in the path of these tropical systems so that we can keep everyone safe, especially during the peak of Atlantic hurricane season. That's August through to October. Share this video with your friends, your coworkers, your relatives, and even your church brethren, and subscribe if you haven't yet done so. Leave a comment down below letting me know what the has been like in your area recently. Also, feel free to ask any weather related question that you might have about the future of the weather in your specific area. Alright, so let us take a look at the U.S. National Hurricane Center 7-day graphical tropical weather outlook. We can see that they have no new area highlighted for possible tropical cyclone development over the next 7 days. And this is as of their latest update that just came out at 7:32 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is actually 6:32 p.m. Jamaica time. Either way, if something is gonna be happening next, we know that we've already been through Alberto, which slammed into Mexico and affected Texas. We've already been through Beryl, which crossed into the Caribbean, affected Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, the Yucatan Peninsula, and then Texas. Chris, that slammed into Mexico. Debbie, that slammed into the northeastern Caribbean, if I'm not mistaken, Florida, and then the east coast of the United States. Ernesto, the northeastern Caribbean for sure, and we know that Francine is next in line. If we take a look at the surface map of the Atlantic for this evening, we can see a ridge of high pressure right here that we know is responsible for sending all of the easterly trade winds across the main development region into the Caribbean from Africa, and some of this easterly flow of winds definitely has some Saharan dust within there from the Sahara Desert. We can see one tropical wave right here across the eastern Caribbean, another tropical wave right here across the eastern portion of the main development region, and we still have that stalled out front across the southeastern United States. If we take a look at the visible satellite images of the Atlantic before the sun went down, we can see the clouds associated with that cold front still bring some showers and thunderstorm activity to portions of the northern Bahamas, Florida. The clouds associated with the tropical wave definitely causing some rainfall across portions of the eastern and northeastern Caribbean, and the clouds associated with the other tropical wave closer to Africa. We'll be talking more about the rest of the Caribbean weather later on. Let us focus our attention on the prediction that was made in yesterday's video about the weather across Jamaica for today, Wednesday, August 21. It was stated that some morning rainfall would have affected sections of some eastern parishes in Jamaica. Then it would have spilled into central, western, and especially southern Jamaica during the afternoon. And we know eastern parishes, we're talking about those parishes in the county of Surrey, so Portland, St. Thomas, Kingston, St. Andrew. Central parishes, we're talking about those parishes in the county of Middlesex, so St. Anne, St. Mary, Manchester, Clarendon, St. Catherine. Western parishes, we're talking about those parishes in the county of Cornwall, so Hanover, St. James, Trelawney, Westmoreland, and St. Elizabeth. And what ended up happening? We definitely had that morning rainfall across portions of eastern Jamaica early this morning for sure. We saw the infrared satellite images were posted, and they definitely highlighted what was received across those spots. We definitely had the thunderstorm activity right there coming into portions of Portland, St. Thomas for sure. Keep in mind that this map was posted at around 7:25 a.m. Jamaica time on our Twitter page. By the way, keep in mind that these posts aren't only made here on our Twitter page, but on our Instagram page at weather.jamaica, on our TikTok page at Weather Jamaica, and on our Facebook page at Weather Jamaica 876. So if you have one of those social media platforms, please ensure that you follow us there as we make posts throughout the day that you can't afford to miss. So that was for the morning. But remember, we also highlighted that central western Jamaica would have gotten in on some afternoon rainfall, and especially southern Jamaica. We know southern Jamaica, we're talking about those parishes on the bottom side of the island. So we're talking about Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Clarendon, St. Catherine, Kingston, St. Andrew, and even St. Thomas. And what ended up happening? As the afternoon started to roll around, the visible satellite image was posted at around 1:35 p.m. We can see it right here, and it definitely highlighted some clouds starting to build up across portions of some southern parishes. Some clouds are starting to come into portions of some eastern section of the island as well. We can see the sparkling yellow dots that we know represents some amount of lightning strikes, if not lightning flashes, across portions of St. Catherine, sections of Clarendon right there. So that indeed confirms the rainfall for the south at that time. And then the infrared satellite image was also posted, and it highlighted the high cold cloud tops as represented by the blues, the greens. Keep in mind that this was posted at around 3:15 p.m. Jamaica time. So the blues, the greens, the yellows, oranges, reds, not to mention the sparkling white dots that we know represent some amount of lightning strikes, if not lightning flashes. We definitely had that across sections of eastern Jamaica and southern Jamaica. Definitely Portland, St. Thomas, sections of St. Catherine, Clarendon, Manchester, St. Elizabeth, and even Westmoreland got in on some of the action. And if we take a look at the visible satellite images of Jamaica before the sun went down, we can see exactly what unfolded. We had a mainly northeasterly kind of flow, especially on the north coast. So majority of the clouds piled up across southern Jamaica just as predicted. And we definitely had some clouds coming into portions of St. Thomas and Portland during the afternoon. So the prediction definitely came true. Eastern Jamaica, central western Jamaica, with the focus on southern Jamaica rather than on the north coast for sure. We definitely have some of our followers on our social media platforms confirming this. We have Shade Bridgeman stating raining in Spanish Town 4 hours ago. Nelly Temoy stating Portland a little cloudy. Shan stating falling on and off in Old Harbor for the last couple of hours. Yes. Even on our Instagram page, we had the comments coming in. Jamar Whiteley 2 stating rain, Clarendon. Designer's Pride stating showers. Yes, thunder showers in St. Catherine. And right here we have it's.me.doggy. Rain at Tierra Portmore right now. Even Gas Boss underscore SG confirming this. Rain just start in Portmore. And I'm sure the Portmore people are very happy about this for sure. They definitely deserve the rainfall. We know how hot the Sunshine City can get. And if we take a look at See Jamaica's YouTube channel, we'll see the halfway tree live cam at around 2:30 p.m. today to show that we didn't have much in the way of rainfall across sections of Kingston and St. Andrew. We saw at that time it was definitely sunny right there in the halfway tree. Maybe some clouds in the hills of St. Andrew for sure, but it was definitely sunny for the most part. Maybe some clouds here and there in some spots. But that was basically it for the corporate area for the most part. But there might have been some isolated showers here and there in some parts of Kingston and St. Andrew, not necessarily right here in halfway tree today. And the Caribbean Institute for Meteorology and Hydrology website confirms this. We can see right here the rainfall that took place definitely across eastern Jamaica and especially southern Jamaica for sure. And if we take a look right here at the latest infrared satellite images, we can see that the high cold cloud tops definitely blew the thunderstorms off towards the south for sure, just as predicted in yesterday's video. And we still have some thunderstorms right there off to the northeast of the island, off to the southwest of the island as we speak. As a matter of fact, if we reload these images and show the latest infrared satellite image that just came out as of, let's see. Alright, so the latest one just came out as of 35 minutes past this hour. So that's what, 7:35 p.m. We can see that it's mostly fair across the island. Thunderstorms as stated off to the southwest of the island and off to the northeast of the island. As a matter of fact, some of these thunderstorms off to the northeast of the island might make it onshore later on tonight, and we can see the Cuban Doppler radar images confirming the rainfall that we just saw to the northeast of the island. We can see the rainfall right there between Haiti and Jamaica, as represented by the greens. The yellows represent, as we see by the key on the right, some moderate or light to moderate, even some heavy rainfall. We know the yellows represent some heavy rainfall right there. So that indeed confirms what we just saw on the infrared satellite image. Thunderstorms in line with what we're seeing on the Doppler radar image. As a matter of fact, if we take a look at the Guantanamo Bay Cuban military radar, we can see the rainfall even better right there off to the western peninsula of Haiti. Definitely getting some bad weather if there are persons out to sea as we speak. If we take a look at the temperatures right now, we can see, well, if we take a look at the latest, as a matter of fact, the latest from halfway through, we don't see much happening at all. Persons going about their business. A very busy halfway through as usual. Not much in the way of bad weather. So it's definitely fair to confirm what we just saw on the satellite images and the Doppler radar images. The rainfall is just right there off to the northeast of the island, so nothing here to see. So if we take a look at the temperatures right now, we can say we have 28 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, 26 degrees Celsius in Kingston, and by about 4 a.m. on Thursday, temperature should dip down to about 26 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, 25 degrees Celsius in Kingston. Taking a look at the temperature forecast for tomorrow, this map from the GFS is showing 18Z on Thursday, which is actually 1 p.m. on Thursday. We can see Jamaica right here embedded in some yellow colors that we can see by the key on the right. That represents all the way up to 1 degree Celsius above normal temperatures. And we know the normal temperatures for the month of August across Jamaica are about the same as July, 91 degrees Fahrenheit. When calculated, 91 degrees Fahrenheit is almost the same as 32.7 degrees Celsius. So we should be receiving anywhere from 32 to 33 degrees Celsius at most, given the 1 degree Celsius above normal temperature rise. And I advise you all to please ensure that you stay out of the sun during peak hours, and that you all stay hydrated as much as possible. If we take a look here at the Saharan dust forecast for 2 p.m. on Thursday, we can see Jamaica right here. We're going to be starting to get in on some kind of a break as we see more strips of blues within the Saharan dust. So there's going to be some break in between. Yes, we have Saharan dust across the Eastern Caribbean, breaks in between and larger plumes behind it. And we know all of this is pushing from east to west, eventually all courtesy of the ridge of high pressure to the north. So this is how it usually goes. We have breaks, we have Saharan dust. Either way, more clear skies are definitely in store as we head into this coming weekend, or at least the start of the weekend, Thursday into Friday for sure. And some of the rainfall associated with the tropical wave across the Eastern Caribbean might just make it into portions of the Jamaica area Thursday into Friday for sure. If you take a look right here at the wave forecast for tomorrow, we see that the waves are definitely dying down. We had more purples across this far south of the Jamaica area that represents up to 2 meter wave height. Now the forecast is for anywhere from 1 to 1.5 meter wave heights across the Caribbean. The least wave height, or the lowest wave height, should be across the Gulf of Mexico, the Bahamas right there, we have the lighter shades of blues. And that's because the winds are going to be weakest in the Gulf of Mexico. The winds are going to be somewhat strong, maybe 15 to 20 knots at most across the eastern to the central and western Caribbean. And we see the general flow of these winds from the east, all courtesy of the ridge of high pressure right here to the north of the main development region. If we take a look at the close-up of Jamaica in terms of wind, we can see that there's going to be a general easterly flow across the island tomorrow, coming in more so from the northeast on the north coast, coming in from the east curving northward on the south coast. And we can also see that the air is going to be piling up across sections of some central and western parishes, more so even some western portion of some eastern parishes as well. So who knows, we might just get some rainfall. As a matter of fact, we might just get some rainfall coming in to sections of the east or the northeast tonight into tomorrow morning. So look out for that. And the actual precipitation forecast definitely confirm this. So we do see the blues represent rainfall. Keep in mind that this is valid for 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is actually 1 a.m. Jamaica time. And who knows, it might just be the rainfall that we saw between Jamaica and Haiti making its way, or maybe something alongside that, maybe some more developments taking place later on tonight with more rainfall. Either way, both maps are in consensus that there's going to be some rainfall, if not out to sea, maybe on land, affecting portions of maybe St. Mary, Portland at that time, early morning rainfall. Skipping ahead to about 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we see the consensus that northern Jamaica, or the waters to the north of the island, could be getting in on some rainfall as well at that time. JFS trying to incorporate some of eastern Jamaica in the rainfall, not so much on the Euro, but more so northern Jamaica. So northern and eastern Jamaica for the morning. And then as we head into the afternoon, look at this. The Euro clearly a bit more robust than the GFS. GFS showing rainfall across eastern, central, and western Jamaica. Let's say western portions of eastern Jamaica. So Kingston, St. Andrew, section of St. Catherine, Clarendon, Manchester, St. Elizabeth, section of Westmoreland, maybe Hanover, southern St. James, southern Trelawney, southern St. Anne. And we even see some dark blues and greens in there that represent definitely some possible heavy rainfall, especially near Manchester, Clarendon, right there. By the way, keep in mind that this is valid for 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's actually 3 p.m. Jamaica time. Clearly, the Euro model is a bit different. We see the blues represent rainfall across eastern, central, and western parishes in Jamaica. We also see a lot of heavy rainfall offshore to the east, or to the east, northeast of the island. We'll see how that goes, especially considering that the GFS is not showing that, but both of them are in consensus that it's going to be raining somewhere in Jamaica tomorrow around 3 p.m. So the forecast is definitely for morning rainfall across northern and eastern parishes in Jamaica on Thursday, and afternoon rainfall across eastern, central, and western Jamaica during that time. And even the accumulated precipitation forecast maps from the Euro and the GFS are in consensus that there's going to be rainfall somewhere within the next 24 hours across the island. Euro showing up to at least 0.58 of an inch of rainfall. GFS showing up to at least 0.55 of an inch of rainfall. Almost the same but in different spots. Either way, we'll take it. We're in the month of August. We usually receive an increase in the amount of rainfall. For Kingston during this month, almost 100 millimeters. That's almost 4 inches of rainfall. Montego Bay, almost 5 inches of rainfall. Almost 125 millimeters of rainfall. So you can even visit weatherandclimate.com to find out about your specific parish and how the rainfall is distributed throughout the year. And you can also use this map right here that shows the rainfall, how it's distributed via the rain gauge. We know that 1 inch of rainfall is almost the same as 25 millimeters of rainfall. So we'll definitely take it as we head into the rainiest or the wettest month of the year, September into October, to cool down the temperatures across the island. Alright, so that is it for the forecast across Jamaica. Let us focus our attention on the rest of the Caribbean. So we can see that the tropical wave is definitely doing a number on the northeastern Caribbean islands. They're definitely getting in on some wet weather even as we speak. We can also see the usual thunderstorm activity across sections of Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, Belize, the Yucatan Peninsula, the northern Bahamas, Florida, definitely getting in on some thunderstorms as we speak. And if we take a look at the Doppler radar images of the northeastern Caribbean, we're going to be seeing the showers associated with that tropical wave. As a matter of fact, let's reload these images from earlier today. So we can definitely see that portion of Puerto Rico definitely got in on some moderate to heavy rainfall, pushing in from east to west across the island. And if we zoom out, we can see that we still have some rainfall coming into portions of the Leeward Islands, as seen by the green colors here and there, stretching all the way from Dominica northward. So Guadeloupe, Antigua, and by the way, keep in mind that this is as of 7:55 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Not much happening across Puerto Rico right now, but we do see some rainfall right there to the northeast of the Dominican Republic, to the south of Puerto Rico, portions of the U.S. Virgin Islands getting on some isolated shores as we speak. If we take a look at the Barbados radar, we can see some rainfall in and around Barbados, passing to the north of there, passing to the south of there, Dominica, definitely going to be getting some isolated showers tonight if they're not already getting it right now. Martinique, section of St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, maybe Grenada later on tonight, Trinidad and Tobago as well. And if we take a look at weather view of Doppler radar images, we can see that rainfall that we mentioned across sections of Colombia, section of northwestern Venezuela getting some isolated showers, not to mention section of Suriname, French Guyana, Honduras, northern Guatemala, Belize, section of the Yucatan Peninsula definitely getting some heavy rainfall as we speak. Even sections of northwestern Cuba and sections of Florida associated with the front that's affecting the area. And as it relates to what's to come within the next 24 hours, it's gonna be raining sometime within the next 24 hours across these spots. And we see that both the Euro and the GFS models are in consensus with this. So definitely for sure the heaviest rainfall is where we have the darker reds and purples. So portions of Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica, sections of Nicaragua, El Salvador, Honduras, section of Guatemala, Belize, the Yucatan Peninsula, while more so in the way of isolated shower activity for sections of Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, French Guyana, section of the Windward Islands as well. So anywhere from, let's say, Grenada northward, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Barbados, sections of St. Lucia, Martinique getting in on an increase in the rainfall, areas north of Martinique, Dominica, Guadeloupe, sections of Antigua and Barbuda, Anguilla, St. Bart's, St. Martin, St. Kitts and Nevis, the US and British Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, Haiti, Jamaica, sections of Cuba, the Bahamas, and even sections of Florida. And we see that both the Euro and the GFS models are in consensus with this forecast. I know that when they're in consensus like this, the chances of it actually happening are much higher. Alright, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching.